What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Sunday, May 8th. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo so that you can get yourself $25 on your first deposit. And we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with PJ Tucker, Max Strus, Spencer Dinwiddie, Maxi Kleber, and Reggie Bullock on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today. Time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to Dorian Finney-Smith. He is small forward, power forward eligible, 5,500, projected for 27.5. The goal is 29.5, and he is in the optimal lineup 41% of the time. We know what we're doing here. 40 minutes or more for Dorian Finney-Smith. He's a 0.7 fantasy point per minute guy, which is gross. 13% usage, which is gross. 11.5 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, and a stock and a half. All of that is not fun to look at, but he is playing a ton of minutes, 40 minutes or more. They need him to be out there pretty much constantly. 5,500 isn't a great price tag, but you got to buy minutes somewhere. And I think DFS is certainly a pretty good spot to do that. His minutes are about as sturdy as anybody's in the playoffs. In at number 4, we've got Luka Doncic. He's point guard eligible, 11K, projected for 63.5. The goal is 68, and he's in the optimal lineup 41% of the time. It's just a really big price tag on a day with not a ton of value, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to go to Luka and get a unique build. Someone in the sub 4K range is going to pop, probably, and we don't really know it yet. So it's hard to focus on that one individual guy, but if you're right, that's what unlocks Luka in the long run. 1.67 fantasy points per minute, 40% usage in 38 minutes, 32.5 real points, 10 boards, 9 assists. So he's flirting with a triple-double right out of the gate. If you like Luka a lot today, be sure to get him in your lineups because he looks fantastic. If you don't think you can build a good lineup without or with Luka in it today, then you don't have to. 60% of the time he's not in the optimal. I think there's a pretty clear case to go 2 different directions. I wouldn't talk you out of either one of them. I can just say this. Compared to everybody else on the slate, he looks really good. Tobias Harris is in at number 3. He is 7K, projected for 39 fantasy points. The goal is 40, and he's in the optimal lineup 48% of the time. Giving him 39 minutes. It's a ton of playing time. 24% usage, 20 points, almost 8 boards, 3 assists, and a stock and a half. It's a tough matchup against Miami, but we basically have 3 guys that do anything of value for the Philadelphia 76ers. And I think today, because of their prices, they do more than anybody else. We're going to talk about those guys. And when I say 3 guys, I mean 4, honestly. I'm a little nervous about Joel Embiid right now. We'll see what's going to happen moving forward. I'm nervous about Joel Embiid. Let's just put it that way. At number 2, I want to go to Tyrese Maxey, 6,700, projected for 37. The goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 50% of the time. Again, this is a minutes play. The same for Harris, the same for what we're going to talk about at number 1. We know these guys. We know their rates. We know their minutes. And they just look a little bit better from a pricing perspective than the rest of this slate. 39 minutes for Maxey at that $6,700 price tag. I think he's in the optimal lineup. A coin flip here. We're talking about close to 0.9 fantasy points per minute. 23 points, 3.5 boards, 3.5 assists. I'm just a little confused as to why the pricing is where it is for Philadelphia. I think it's mildly advantageous on this 2-gamer, or maybe it's just I don't love the pricing on the other 3 teams for today's slate. I'm sort of burying the lead right now because I should be talking about Tyrese Maxey at the 2 spot, and he does look very good, but we're going to get to another Sixer at number 1. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. Your number 1 contender for today for me is James Harden. He's point guard, shooting guard eligible, 8,500, projected for 50, and the goal is 50, and he's in the optimal lineup 52% of the time. It's the price, guys. The same for Maxey, the same for Harris. James Harden at 8,500 is just really easy to get to. We can say that he's cooked or washed or whatever nonsense we want to make up. He's going to play 40 minutes. Does he have the same burst now? No. Does he hang the same amount of points like he used to? No, not really. But I'm not projecting him like that either. 1.26 fantasy points per minute, 23 points, 9 assists, because he's still a fantastic facilitator. When James Harden has been on the floor with Joel Embiid off of it. In the playoffs this year, the Sixers are positive in points. When they're both on the floor together, they're very positive in points. This team is really good when those guys are playing together, and James Harden has been good while they play together, and I'm happy to continue to go to him at an $8,500 price tag. If I told you guys James Harden was $8,500 in a playoff game before this season started, no one would have believed that. It shouldn't be any weirder now. Don't project him like he's some scrub. 1.2 fantasy points per minute is still fantastic at that price tag, especially in 40 minutes. James Harden's your number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Sunday, May 8th. FanDuel version is around here somewhere, so check it out. Good luck tonight. Win some money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.